All right, fellas, check it out. Got another SYIL video for you here, and this one is pertaining to the tool change macro. I've made a few updates to that. A couple of them I've already implemented for a while, but the latest one is being able to call tool zero to empty the spindle, put the tool back in the tool changer. It's something a lot of manufacturers have already. It was something that obviously was not implemented here. So I made that modification. It doesn't actually call a tool zero. It doesn't have to have a tool numbered zero. If it sees a tool zero, it just empties the spindle and puts the tool back in the correct pocket. The reason I wanted it is, I have the carousel style. It only has 12 spots, and this only works currently on the carousel style. So if you have all tools in use and you want to run the probe, you want to run your edge finder or whatever to set the work coordinate system, you're pulling the tool out of the spindle, you're putting the probe in, you're probing the part, you pull the probe out, put the tool back in, then you can run the program. Or at the end of the day, or if the machine's going to set idle for a couple of days, you want to leave a tool in this. You don't want to leave a tool in the spindle. So an easy way then to, you have to pull it out, set it on the bench, put it back, wherever, and then the next day come back and, make sure you put that back in before you run a program or whatnot. So this just allows you at the end of the day or at the end of the cycle, whatever, you can use MDI, you can use the quick change tool menu just to put in zero, and it empties the spindle. I know it's not a huge upgrade. It's not a huge, thing. And it's, kind of crazy to say, oh, it's too much trouble to pull a tool out, but it does become a hassle. In some situations, it can cause some problems. So that's why I went ahead and implemented this, or implemented it into the tool change. And then also in the macro I've had for a little while that I've been running was a couple other functions where if you tried to change to a tool that wasn't in the tool changer, it would alarm out and tell you, hey, that tool's not in the tool changer. And then also something that I've had for a little bit longer is if you are running a program, and then this only works while you're running a program, if you change to a tool that does not have a height entered into the tool table, it alarms out and says, hey, that's zero. Obviously, I implemented that because a couple of times somehow I did that, then you crash a tool, and that's never fun. So those are the three things that now are in the tool change macro. And again, this is only for the carousel style, not the arm style. That will come later. But I'm going to put a link in the description where you can download the two macros that you need to run this. If you don't install them both, you will get an alarm because it's going to try to pull a macro when it checks to see if there's a height while you're running the program. The other two functions are just built into the macro itself. So that's the gist of it. Let me get the camera set up, and I will show you on the machine what it does and how it works, and then set the alarm. So let me get it set up, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so here we are in front of the machine. Let me demonstrate these functions to you, right? So we'll just do a tool change here real quick, and we're going to change to a tool that's not in the tool into the ATC, right? So 80's not in there. Execute. And then boom, hey, here's my loaded ATC to a database. So there you go, right? Easy peasy. Right, let's get out of that. All right, so the next one is loading tool zero. So you can see right now we're in magazine 1, pocket 1, and the current tool is tool 32. It's already got a 0 up here because it defaults to a 0. So let's just hit execute. And you can see that it's changing or putting that tool back. And then leaving the spindle empty. So let's do now. All right, let's see. We'll change to tool 35. And then you can see it goes in and grabs tool 35. Now also, I'll just change it to tool 0, so we'll just put that back. And then we go back in here now if we want to load tool 35, which it's in pocket 3, won't move, right? But it'll just reload that tool back in. All right, and then the last one, we go over to the monitor screen here. I'm going to run this program. So this is going to call up tool 37. So let's bring up our toolware, scroll down to 37, and delete that height out of there. Right, so 37 does not have a tool height in there. And if you happen to run the program, it's going to slam that spindle right down into your part. So let's clear that out of there. And then we'll go ahead and run this. So it's putting 35 back, obviously, and it's going to call for your 37. And then there you go. It's going to alarm out. It says, hey, there's no link stored, so we're done. And you're done right there. So, yeah, that's it. Again, if you guys are interested in these, you can download them from the link in the tool table and, have fun with them.